It's currently 3:33. It's 5:30.
Birds have officially slept longer than I have.
I've been reading for 10 hours. I'm sure the conses won't quench.
And that was the biggest mistake of my life.
The most unhinged hours are about to begin. We're just gonna start, okay? We're just gonna start and we're not gonna overthink this. And I may be just like a tiny bit insane. But what's not fun about that? You know what I mean? Like, who doesn't love watching a woman just go completely unhinged for the sake of literature? In a way, I think that I truly embody the spirit of an unhinged woman, because who else would think that a 24-hour readathon is a good idea? Like, literally who?
Bombastic side-eye.
But the thing is, they're just so fun, okay? Like, I can't stop myself from wanting to do a 24-hour readathon whenever I possibly can. Whenever I get like a whole day just to myself, I'm like, this is a perfect time to do a 24-hour readathon and see if this is the moment, if this is the challenge that I finally lose it. So hello my friends. Welcome back to your new favorite place. Wait, is that what I say? No, that is not what I say. Hello my friends, welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, welcome to your new favorite place on the internet. Get a good look at it because you're going to be staying here for a very long time. And if not, well, I mean, I'm glad that I was part of your journey for at least a little bit, but hi, my name is Bella, and I love 24-hour readathons. I have made no secret of this. I have made so many 24-hour readathons in the past, and so many of you are always so worried for me, my sanity, but the thing is, you're not here. You're not here to stop me, okay? We're about to embark on one of the most insane journeys of my entire life. Probably the most insane journey of 2026. Wait, I'm so sorry. I cannot let this video go on without telling you guys about today's sponsor, Loop Earplugs. They have been such a game changer. You guys have no idea how many times I've used my earplugs and they've literally made such a difference. I no longer feel overwhelmed by social gatherings. I'm no longer overstimulated, and I can concentrate a lot better, and I can focus on things and not be constantly distracted by all of the noise that is constantly surrounding us. So if you haven't heard of Loop earplugs before, I am here to change that. I recently got the Loop Switch 2 earplugs, and these have been incredible. They're one set of earplugs with 3 different volume modes, so instead of having to switch between models, you have 3 in 1. So you have quiet mode for when you need things to feel really calm, you have engage mode for when you want to lower the intensity but still be able to interact with the things and people around you. And then you also have experience mode for when things are just a little bit too loud. You switch between them using this tiny manual dial in your ear. No apps, no batteries, very simple. I am always carrying these around because you never really know when a situation is going to get overbearingly noisy, and you're going to want to have these. If you've been wanting more control over your environment, I do have a very special code for you guys, and I also have a link in my description that you can use to get 20% off your purchase. So thank you to Loop Earplugs for sponsoring today's chaos, today's unhingedness, because I'm definitely going to need all of the concentration that I can get. Maybe this can fall under the category of making questionable choices and decisions, but literally who's gonna stop me? You know what I mean? So what is the game plan? Because of course, if you're planning on doing a 24-hour readathon, you have already planned out and mapped out the best way to read as many books as possible in your physical TBR. For sure, that may be the most intelligent way to go about this 24-hour readathon, but the fact is, I have no plans. I just have vibes, and I just have one goal in mind, to read as many books as possible. And I think that that's really all that we need to get this started. So the way that I'm like actively trying to hype myself up before starting this video is so funny to me. But anyways, we have 8 books. Yep, we have 8 books on my TBR, and my hope... No, for sure, absolutely. No, exactly. That is exactly what I was looking for. This is a great auspicious start to the readathon. No, for sure, absolutely. Like, having to pick up the books from the floor, I feel like it's very symbolic of what I'm going to have to do to myself after I finish this readathon. As I was trying to say, we have 8 books on my TBR today. We've got manga, we've got danmei, we've got fantasy. I'm very excited for all of these books, and instead of just like going through each of the books that I'm going to be reading, I'll just introduce them to you guys as we go along, you know, just because I really need to get started on this whole reading for 24 hours thing, but I do have very exciting books with me on today's TBR. We have classics. I totally forgot this was here. Oh God. Okay. We have traumatizing manga. We have books that I've been dying to read for years, even though this came out in December. And we do have this one book. We have Heavenly Tyrant, which I am in the middle of. This is the only book that I am currently reading right now, and I'm on page 145. I recently reread Iron Widow because I just wanted to have all of the information fresh in my mind, because it's been about like 6 or 7 years since I first read that book. So reading the sequel, I knew that I just wasn't going to have enough information to understand what was happening, so I definitely had to reread it before I could start Heavenly Tyrant. I finished Iron Widow in one day. It was fantastic, incredible, just as good as I remembered it. And now I'm 145 pages into the sequel, and I am having a fantastic time. So I think that we might as well start with this one, because I might as well finish what I started. You know what I mean? So I think that this is a great start. This has over 500 pages, so I better get started. We are going to be using a timer, so it's going to literally be 24 hours on the dot. It's currently 3:37 in the afternoon, and we need to do 24 hours of reading. So there's no time like the present. Let's get this. Where is this? It's been so long, I don't even know where the clock is. Okay, here we go. We have the timer at 0. I can't believe I'm actually doing this. Okay, let's go. Also, now is probably the perfect time to tell you guys that we are currently experiencing a national power outage. So there is literally no electricity. So this is going to be interesting because I haven't charged any of my electrical gadgets, my computer, my camera. I don't know how long I have until we just completely go blackout. So that's going to be interesting and fun and exciting. Very interesting day to be doing a 24-hour readathon when there is literally no power in your entire city. Crazy times that we're living in. So anyways, I am now on page 165 of Heavenly Tyrant. Okay, the dust jacket, please work with me here. Page 165 of Heavenly Tyrant. I do need to go now because I'm gonna go look for Cooper. He was at the vet just getting his, checkups and shots done. And I'm just gonna go get him real quick, but then I'll be back and I'll be right here reading with the natural sunlight because that's all the light that we can afford right now. I am going to be pausing the timer at 25 minutes. So there we go. I've been reading for 25 minutes, not that much, but it's only the start. So anyways, I'll talk to you guys in a few. I'm scared for my life, okay? I've been reading for 3 hours and a half. I'm sorry that I can't show you, but I'm currently using my phone to film this update. It's currently, I don't even know what time it is. Oh my God, this was a terrible idea. Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 8:03 p.m.
Thank you so much. I have not stopped reading ever since I got back from getting Cooper from the vet, and I've just been reading Heavenly Tyrant. I have been devouring. That is the only word that I can use for how I've been reading Heavenly Tyrant. I have been enjoying this book profusely. It builds on the themes that were so very present on the first book, but it makes them so much better and so much more intricate and convoluted, and it's just so intense and insane. And I love the character development. I love that we now have this new character, this emperor that's been asleep for over 200 years, and now he's back in this new reality. He's had to fight against our main character, who is one of the most headstrong main characters that you will ever meet, but I love her and it's so intense. It kind of reminds me of the Poppy War trilogy. It also kind of gives me Attack on Titan vibes. It's just such a nice mixture of a lot of past media that I've loved and adored. And Iron Widow was actually a 4.5 out of 5 star read for me. So I was really scared going into Heavenly Tyrant because sequels, they can either make or break a series. And since this is supposed to be a duology, I was so scared for how it was going to follow up such a fantastic first book. And the thing is, listen, this is what terrifies me. Okay, I'm literally 402 pages into Heavenly Tyrant. This has 521 pages, which means that I'm missing less than 100 pages. Actually, I think I'm missing like 99 pages to finish this book. These are just not enough pages for all of the things that must occur for us to have a good ending. This is a duology, if I'm not mistaken. I don't think I've heard of any third book coming out, but I could be so wrong about that. But I don't know. All I know is that I'm terrified because I don't know, like, this is supposed to be the end, but it doesn't feel like the end. It feels like the author is introducing us to a lot of new plot points. It's not possible to give us like a good conclusion in less than 100 pages with all of the things that we have up in the air right now. So I'm just scared. I'm terrified. I also want to mention that I'm reading this book while listening to this one playlist that I did that has like a bunch of video game music, and for some reason it just works so perfectly with Heavenly Tyrant. So it truly has been just such an immersive experience, and it feels like I'm losing myself in this book, and it feels like I'm seeing a movie in my mind's eye. It's such a peculiar experience, but I love it. I adore it. And I feel like this has been one of the best starts to a 24-hour readathon, because if I'm being honest, before we started the readathon, I was more scared than excited because I wasn't really in a really good reading mood. 3 hours and a half into this reading challenge, and I can say this is probably the best start that I could have asked for. And I already know what next book I'm going to be picking up, because I think that before we get into like the 1 a.m., 2 a.m. era of this readathon, I want to get as many novels read so that, you know, when my brain is working at a lower capacity, I don't have to struggle to understand words. So after I read Heavenly Tyrant, I really want to start The Husky and His White Cat Shizun, because of course, like, the hype is real with this one, and I just need to know if it's worthy of so much hype. So of course, this is the next book that I'm going to be reading. I mean, just look at them. It looks so good. Oh, that reminds me, there's something else that I really wanted to show you. I can't believe that I hadn't done this before, but you know, just as I was reading, I kind of put the book like this, and then I was like, wait, does this have like a connecting dust jacket where the front matches the back? And then I saw it together, like opened up, and I was like, this is gorgeous. I need to show everybody. Look at this. This is so good. So this is obviously the new character that I was telling you guys about, the tyrant, or the emperor that was asleep for 200 years. And now he's awake thanks to our main character, and this is how they are. And they got married. I love it. Okay, I love this. It's so good. It's like both of their personalities mesh so well, and the tension is real. The stakes are so high. I'm just having so much fun reading Heavenly Tyrant, but I am so scared. I am petrified over the ending, so I'm going to stop yapping because I still have 99 pages to get through. I'll talk to you guys in maybe like an hour after I finish Heavenly Tyrant. Stay tuned. We're having so much fun. I love this for me. I've been reading for 5 hours and 3 minutes. I have officially finished the first book of the readathon, Heavenly Tyrant. Oh my goodness, I don't even know how to speak about this book. I knew it. I knew the ending was going to be a cliffhanger, but it makes no sense to me because I genuinely thought that this was a duology, but obviously with that ending, it's not. But the thing is, book 3 hasn't even been announced, so now I don't even know how long I have to wait until the third book comes out, and by the time that the third book comes out, I'm going to remember nothing of this book. So I'm gonna have to do the whole process of rereading everything from the first. Oh my god, I can't believe this. But the fact that this isn't actually a duology does not take away from how much I enjoyed Heavenly Tyrant. I did not know that this was going to have enemies to lovers. I did not know that this author knew how to bring enemies to lovers to a whole other level that I've never experienced. This was such a great start to the 24-hour readathon because I am so pumped. I could literally read like 100 more books in the remaining 19 hours that I have left of this readathon. It's currently 9:35 and honestly, I could go for about like, I don't know, 12 more hours before I need to break for sleep or like a quick nap or anything. I feel invincible right now. I feel so powerful.
Lies, lies, and more lies, and lies on top of lies.
Now that I've finished my first book of the readathon, Heavenly Tyrant, I think it is finally time to start the husky and his white cat Shizun. So many of you have been raving about this book and have been so excited for me to start my own journey with this series. So to say that I'm excited would be the understatement of 2026. Oh my god, I almost reset the timer. Yo me iba a matar. De verdad que sí, me iba a matar si eso pasaba. Anyways, enough yapping. It is time to restart the timer and finally begin the husky and his white cat Shizun. So let's go. Okay. I've been reading, I've been reading for 6 hours and 44 minutes. It's currently, let me show you this because it's very important. It's currently 11:19 at night. This is my reality right now. It's officially way past my bedtime. Usually by 10:30, I'm no longer in the conscious world, so this is like brand new territory for me. I wouldn't say that I'm sleepy, but my eyes are itching, and I think that before I continue reading, I'm going to just take a shower, I'm going to wash my face, I'm going to cold water. Hopefully that'll help in revitalizing me and letting my organs know that it's not time to go to sleep. Even though I'm in bed, it's nighttime. I should be going to sleep if I were making sensible decisions with my life, but no. Okay, let me give you guys an update of how we are doing. So I've been reading the white cat, no, the husky and his white, it's one time. I will get the title right one time. But yeah, I am currently reading The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. I've made it to page 150. There we go. And I'm currently about to start chapter 13, which is called This Venerable One's Bride. I'm really enjoying The Husky and His White Cat Shizun so far. I really like our main character because we basically start off with our main character being this tyrant, being this horrible human being that enacts violence to everyone that he knows and that he meets, and he's all about being evil and such, and everybody wants to kill him, but he actually ends up just killing himself because he's done with life. He's sick of being lonely. He's tired of living, honestly, relatable. And so he poisons himself. The thing is, he didn't stay dead. He actually was reborn as himself, but in the past, like before all of his life happened, he went back to being this 15-year-old kid that still hasn't, committed any crimes or killed anybody. And right now we're just getting to know him and his past. And we're also learning about his crush and how he was in love with him, but he died in a very devastating way. And his teacher could have helped them, but he didn't. And now he has like this vendetta against him. And it's really interesting because now he's kind of like developing some other feelings for his teacher, some other, non-PG-13 feelings for his teacher. So it's interesting to see the development of his feelings, especially with how his teacher treats him. And, his teacher has like this reputation of being very cold and very violent and torturing all of his students. And our main character is no exception to that rule. So it's very interesting to see, or I'm excited to see how the relationship is going to keep on developing. I don't know where the story is going to go, but I'm excited to keep reading, but I do have to admit, like, my eyes are starting to sting a little bit. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Like, that's what 6 consecutive hours of reading could do to you. So take this as a warning. Like, if you ever want to do a 24-hour readathon, just know your eyes are going to sting. Like, that's just a common side effect. I'm gonna go take a quick shower now, and I hope that you're enjoying this so far. It's about to get a whole lot worse because if you've watched any of my 24-hour readathons before, you know the most unhinged hours are about to begin. So I guess yeah, let's go.
Many minutes later.
So it is official.
Bellas.
Hello? Okay, it is. Oh my god, this looks cute. Okay, anyways, wait, let me sit down before I leave. So I've changed. I am now in my PJs. I don't know if that's the best idea. Let me put you down. I don't know if changing into my PJs was the best course of action, but I've done it. It's happened. I now need to live with the consequences of my actions, I guess. I'm gonna go make myself some coffee, okay? You know what? Like, guerra avisada no mata soldado is what people say. And since I don't want the sleep demons to get me so quickly into my night,
I'm not quite sure how to help you with that.
girl, me neither, but like, I'm trying. So anyways, I think the best course of action is to go get myself some coffee while I keep reading The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. So far, like, especially the chapters that I've been reading are really reminiscent of Heaven Official's Blessing, just because we have this ghost wedding and the situation is very, very similar to literally volume 1 of Heaven Official's Blessing. So to say that I am having a good time would be a very big understatement. So I am definitely excited to keep reading The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. Even though I'm a little bit tired, I'm glad that this is the book that I continued with. But if it does get a little bit too hard to follow the story, like if I find myself goteando, then I might switch to a manga just because, those are easier to read in the wee hours of the morning. So yes, let's go get some coffee. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm so sorry. Didn't mean to scare you. Let's go get some coffee. I'm taking my book with me. So yes, let's go. Señores, esto no es de Dios. Esto, de verdad, honestamente, no es de Dios. So it's currently 3:24 in the morning. How are these words actually coming out of my mouth right now? How is it 3:24 in the morning? How is it 3:24 in the morning? Do I look okay? I don't. No, yeah, for sure. No, yeah, I totally agree. Oh, I haven't even told you guys for how long I've been reading. I've been reading for 10. Okay, this reflection is my 13th reason. I've been reading for 10 hours. You can't. I've been reading for 10 hours and 10 hours and 47 minutes. You know what? I think this is on me. You know why? Because I got into bed. I knew what I was doing when I put on my PJs, and I thought that I could, kind of trick my brain into not thinking it's bedtime by making myself some coffee and reading downstairs for a little bit. But after a couple, I think honestly, like maybe 45 minutes, I was like, okay, I think I'm good to go to bed. That was my fatal mistake. That I grew too confident. I flew too close to the sun.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get it.
No, for sure. I did get a really sweet message from my boyfriend though. I told him that I was doing a 24-hour readathon, and he sent me a picture of him reading as well as a way to motivate me. And then he was like, "You can do it. You got this." So that was really cute. I really appreciated that. And like, you know what I mean? Like, it just meant a lot. This is how people feel. Like those people that do marathons, when they see people that they love cheering them on the sidelines, they're like, "You got this. Only 12 more hours to go." Then you're like, "Yeah, for sure. I could totally run for 12 more hours." The way that I have 14 hours left though, that's crazy behavior. But I did finish The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. Here we go. Y'all, this was so good. Not that I was doubting it, because so many people were raving about this book, but I just thought like this cannot be as good as everybody is saying that it is. But yeah, they were right. They were absolutely positively correct in all of their assessments. I'm glad that I can finally join the fandom, because this looks to be like a very exciting, like a very intriguing, like a very fun fandom to be a part of, because these characters are just like so, especially our main character Moran. He's like very silly and goofy, but then he also has like his violent streak, because obviously he does become, a violent tyrant, but he's not there yet, because as I mentioned, he's in the past now, before, he starts his streak of killing people and torturing them. So like he's still not too far gone. But then we have his professor, or like his teacher, sorry. He's very cold. He's like a white cat. He's just really mean to everybody, and he likes to I wouldn't say torture his students, but like discipline them. And our main character, he has like a hate relationship with his teacher, but at the same time, it's like a little bit more than that. You know what I mean? Like it's a little bit more than that. And I'm excited to continue this series, pero not tonight. Just cannot do a novel right now. I just can't. Like words are blurring together. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's 3:30 in the morning. Nobody's awake at 3:30 in the morning. Like, who would be awake at 3:30 in the morning? Me. And I can't even say it's against my will, because I am purposefully staying awake. Like, this is not a continuous 24-hour readathon. I could go to sleep whenever I want to. But also, I want to read for 24-hour readathons as fast as possible. I've finished my second book of the readathon 10 hours into it. And now I think I'm going to switch to manga. Besties, I really can't. Like, that's the only thing that my brain can truly, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God, I totally forgot what I was saying.
A few moments later.
Yes, I'm going to switch to manga now, because that is the only thing that my brain can comprehend at this moment in time. Here we go. I do have Alice in Borderland Volume 5. I do have Volume 6 as well, so I'm planning on reading both of them. And I guess after I finish both of these volumes, I'll see how I'm feeling. It'll probably be like 5 a.m. by the time that I finish them, and like a ese punto, ya que son las 5, like I might as well just stay awake for the rest of the day, you know what I mean? Like, what's the point of going to bed at 5 a.m. if I'm gonna wake up at 7, you know what I mean? And I know 2 hours of sleep is better than no hours of sleep, but I'm already sacrificing this huge chunk of my sleep time, so I might as well commit to the bit, you know what I mean? Not even my camera wants to work. She's like, girl, let's stop working. No, but we can't. We can't give up. Don't give up. Don't give up. There you go. I knew you had it in you. I don't want to stop filming because I know that when I stop filming, I need to restart the timer and then I need to keep on reading. And I just don't know if like that's something that's healthy for me right now. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? I feel like you know what I mean. Like, you always know what I mean. I always feel so seen and so heard and understood by you guys. And I've never felt unseen, you know, or unheard or misunderstood. You guys just get me. I need to go back to reading. Pero yo no quiero. I needed some character development. This is good. This is good. This is good. Why did I put my glasses back on? This is good. Like, I'm sure this will have no repercussions on my life. I'm sure the conses won't quench. I'm sure the conses won't quench. It's currently 3:33 in the morning. Let's start the third book of this readathon, and now, o sea, conmigo, ¿cómo vamos a hacer? Porque, ajá, o sea. Start. And yeah. Oh, this is upside down. Okay, there we go. In my defense, it's 3 a.m. in the morning. Okay, I don't know if you probably can't hear that, but the birds are awake. The birds are awake. Birds have officially slept longer than I have. I can't believe birds have a better sleeping schedule than me. What am I doing? $11 hours. I finished this one. This one. Look, she's so cool. Ooh. Now we finished this. We can start with this one. Alice in Borderland 6. Let's go. How y'all doing? So I've been reading, oh my god, it's like me. Okay, I've been reading for 12 hours and 42 minutes. Is that? Yes, I can read. I've just finished volumes 5 and 6 of Alice in Borderland. Give me a second. I don't know how to hold books. I just finished both volumes 5 and 6 of Alice in Borderland. These were fantastic. These were borderline incredible. It's 5:30. Why am I gonna cry? What? It's 5:30 in the morning. I obviously don't have control of my emotions anymore. I guess that's the first thing that you lose when you enter sleep deprivation mode. But anyways, I can't remember the last time that I read for this long consecutively. Like, I don't think you guys understand what consecutively means. And by you guys, I mean myself, because I could totally just go to sleep. But for some reason, I just wanted to put like an extra challenge on top of the challenge that already... Okay. Like, what I wanted to for what exactly? I know that you know what I mean. So I'm not even going to explain it. But anyways, I thought that before I continued with my TBR, I would give you guys like a 5 a.m. update. I thought I would give you guys a 5 a.m. update on how we've been doing with this readathon, because I've actually finished 4 books. I think that yapping really kind of reawakens my will to live. So just real quick, like a run through of everything that I've managed to accomplish in the last 12 hours. I finished Heavenly Tyrant, number 1, and then I finally read volume 1 of The Husky and His White Cat Shizun. It lived up to the hype. That's all I'm gonna say. And then I just finished reading volumes 5 and 6 of Alice in Borderland. And now I do have 2 options. I can either read another manga, which would be A Sign of Affection, volume 12, or, and now stay with me. I know that it's 5 a.m., about to be 6 a.m. I wish it was 6 p.m. So yeah, I could totally read another manga, because those are easy to digest, but also, since I've committed to the bit and I am no longer going to be sleeping whatsoever, apparently, why don't I just start the awakening of Roku? Like, just look at this cover and tell me you wouldn't want to pick this up immediately. Roku, he's just always been one of the most interesting past avatars, in my opinion, from Avatar: The Last Airbender. So I've been loving getting to know his story from his perspective and getting to know even more details than we got from the original show. And it was just so fun to read the first one. So now that this finally came out, I feel like, why would I deprive myself the pleasure of reading it and, figure out what happens? This may be what makes me fall asleep. You know what I mean? I don't know. Like, I don't know what I'm doing at this point. But anyways, this has a total of 279 pages. Okay, that's totally doable. I could totally do that. Yeah, who cares that it's 5 a.m.? I don't care. My body cares, but I don't care. I should have probably looked at myself before hitting that record button, but I didn't. And that's on me. And now I have to live with that. Oh, in case you guys don't know, this is a series, okay? This is like the Avatar series, and we have several duologies following past lives of the avatars. So we have 2 books for Kyoshi, we have 2 books for Yang Chen, and now we have 2 books for Roku. I don't know if we're going to be getting any more books in the Avatar world. I mean, I would love that. We obviously have a lot of other past lives that have been mentioned in the original show. Actually, I don't know if we have that many, but I do know we have a water one, and I do know that we have an earth one, obviously. Kyoshi was earth, but I know there was another earth one, but he wasn't as cool as Kyoshi, so I guess you wouldn't really want to relive him. I don't know. Anyways, it is 5 a.m., but my spirits are high, okay? Like, I'm having lots of fun. I'm trying to hold all the books that I've read so far. I've read a couple of books, so feeling fantastic. Girl, brush your hair. Feeling fantastic, and I'm about to begin yet another book. So there's no time for B-roll. So let's just start the timer right here. 1, 2, 3.
santo, Dios mío, casi cale.
I gave myself a grace period of 10 minutes. I gave myself a 10-minute nap. And that was the biggest mistake of my life because now I can feel all of the exhaustion catching up to me. And I can't concentrate on the words, bestie. Like, I made it to, what is this? I made it to here. To this, you know what I mean? This is, I'm losing you. I made it to page 21. And I can't remember anything after that. I'm sorry. So I think, should I sleep for like 10 more minutes? Just like 10. Just 10, it's fine. Alexa, set a 10-minute timer.
10 minutes, starting now.
Good night, y'all.
Later.
Alexa, what time is it?
The time is 6:36 a.m.
I've been reading for 17 hours. We're at the 17-hour mark, and I have officially finished The Awakening of Roku, written by Randy Rebay. This is the conclusion to the Roku duology, and honestly, it was a pretty good conclusion. I feel like it wrapped everything up because in the first book, we're following Roku as he's trying to master airbending, and then in the second book, we're following him as he's trying to master waterbending, and there's like this weird new sickness going on, and he's trying to understand where it's coming from and how he can cure it and how he can prevent it from hurting more people. And we also get to see more of his relationship with Sozin, which Sozin is obviously Zuko and Azula's dad, aka the Fire Lord, when we start Avatar: The Last Airbender. So it was really interesting to see, you know, a little bit of the backstory between Roku and Sozin. Obviously, we had seen the beginning of their friendship in book 1, but in book 2, we kind of see how everything soured because they used to be so close, but obviously things changed quite a lot by the time that we meet them in Avatar: The Last Airbender. Y nada, señora, o sea, sí. Terminó un libro. Digo, yes, I finished a book. So I finished a book, which is incredible, amazing, fantastic, never been done before, 10 out of 10. Put it in a blender. But my eyes, like, I am truly sacrificing my eyes to be here right now. And the thing is, it's not even over. Like, I still have, what, 7 more hours? 4, 5, 6... 4, 5, 6, 7. Yes, I still have 7 more hours of this 24-hour readathon before I can rest. I mean, technically I could rest, but I mean, again, I've committed to the bit. So now, instead of taking a nap, which is probably the most sensible thing that I can do, considering me. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that. I'm going to keep on reading because we still have 3 more books in my original TBR, and I think that I can read at least 2 of them in the next 7 hours and make some considerable progress on the 3rd one. So I think for my next book, I'm going to be picking up A Sign of Affection Volume 12. And then right after, because this is probably going to take like 30 to 45 minutes, I am finally going to be reading Goodnight Boom Boom Volume 1. This is the manga that everybody has told me is extremely traumatizing and very triggering to read for some people. And honestly, that just makes me even more intrigued to try it out for myself. I know nothing of this except for what I read here in the back, but it doesn't really say much. Maybe I should get another coffee. Like, I've had 2 coffees so far, but maybe I should have another one because surely that won't have any lasting consequences on my health. Yes. Okay, let's go. I feel like Squidward when he like doesn't sleep, but he finishes what he has to do.
I did it! Mwah!
That's me right now. I read for 24 hours and it's currently about to be 5 p.m. I've been awake for over 24 hours. I think this is literally the only 24-hour readathon that I've done where I don't sleep whatsoever. And it's a very unique feeling because it's kind of like I feel immortal, but also I can feel my organs shriveling up as we speak. It's kind of crazy, you know what I mean? It didn't have to be this hard. I really could have just, taken it easy. But for some reason, I just wanted to push myself to the limit. And I think that I did. I think I finally found my limit. And it's not pretty. So this is what I can accomplish in the span of 24 hours. I read a total of 8 books. Technically, I did not finish Notre Dame de Paris by Victor Hugo. This is the only one. This is the only book in my TBR that I didn't get to finish, but honestly, I wasn't expecting to finish it because it is a classic. If you made me choose, between torture and having to read A Bird's Eye View of Paris with no hours of sleep at 7 or 8 a.m. in the morning, I'd go with the torture. I'd go with waterboarding, for sure, absolutely. Waterboarding is so much better than trying to read this specific classic with no hours of sleep. I'm literally just surviving out of sheer pettiness at this point. But anyways, yeah, A Bird's Eye View of Paris. This is like the chapter, like a specific chapter that I have so much beef with because the amount of names, the amount of architecture, the amount like I knew that Victor Hugo loved architecture, but I didn't know how much he made it his entire personality. I do enjoy it. Like, I'm having a good time reading Notre Dame de Paris and it's really interesting. I'm just kind of enjoying enjoying getting to know these characters because obviously I do have the Disney movie adaptation in my childhood memories, but of course the original is going to be probably a lot darker and not as fun and cute and colorful as the original. So of course I've been excited to read this one for a very long time, ever since I got it. And apart from that one chapter, like the bird's eye view really traumatized me. It really it left an impression because I even remember the name of the chapter. That's how you know it's bad when I remember something, because I for some reason my memory is unable to retain all of the good things. So when I mention something by name, you know it's bad. So bird's eye view of Paris, waterboarding would be more enjoyable than that chapter. Again, let me reiterate, I only struggled with that chapter because of the sleep deprivation, because it was like 8 a.m. in the morning, because I haven't slept. And did I mention the sleep deprivation? Okay. But anyways, this is the only book that I didn't finish. Should I take my glasses off? I feel like you guys can't see. Like, how can you trust me if you can't see my pupils? You know what I mean? What? Okay, so as I was saying, this is the only book. I feel like I should look more presentable because, like, at least 1,000 of you are watching me like this. And it's like, I live like this? Anyways, so yeah, this is the only book from my intended TBR that I didn't get to finish, but I did make it to page 169, and I think this is the middle of book 6. So honestly, I'm really proud of my progress because apart from Notre Dame de Paris, I managed to finish all of these books. And honestly, I'm very proud of myself. I love you guys so much, but I'm going to try and do a speed run of my ratings and my experiences with these books because I'm not even here, okay? I'm in bed asleep. So it's a miracle that I can speak like this and actually make cohesive sentences that make sense. Anyways, I read Goodnight Poon Poon and hey, okay, sorry to interrupt, but this is post-sleep clarity, Bella, and things have changed. I'm in a much better mood because in the clip that you're currently watching, I was fighting for my life. It's a brand new day. I've got like 11 hours of sleep in me, so I think I can finally look at the books that I read for this 24-hour readathon with a much clearer head and give better ratings, because when I'm talking about these books in my sleep deprivation mode, I'm just kind of like, oh, this could be a 4, this could be a 4.5, this could be a 5. Was this like a 4.5 or like a 4? I don't know if I'm like 4, 4.5. I'll sleep on it. Now that I've thought about all of the books that I've read, and now that I've compared these books, because I feel like if I give one book 4 stars and then I give another book 4 stars, but I enjoyed one book more than the other one can't really be a 4-star. You know what I mean? That's just kind of how my brain works. So here I am, post-clarity Bella, to give you guys some updated ratings on the 7 books that I finished for this 24-hour readathon. So the first book that we are rating is Goodnight Poon Poon. This is a very sad coming-of-age story of this little kid who has this really unfortunate family situation, and things come to head, things happen, and now his world has been turned upside down. But in the middle of all of that, he's still just a kid who's falling in love for the first time. He has his crush, he has his group of friends, and they're all experiencing these new feelings, as you know, teenage or middle school boys tend to do. They're discovering a lot of things, and yeah, we get to follow him along that journey. Our main character is just this lonely kid who's looking for some companionship, and he's trying to understand his own feelings and his life and where his dad went and why his mom is the way that he is. And it's just like a lot of things mixed into one. But I think that overall, even though I did enjoy reading this, I'm going to end up giving it a 3.5 out of 5 star. And I don't really think I'm going to be continuing with the series, or if I do, I'm going to do it digitally and maybe not keep buying these volumes because I'm not too invested in the story. So that's Goodnight Poon Poon. A Sign of Affection Volume 12, 4.5 out of 5 stars. Okay, A Sign of Affection can do no wrong except for Volume 11. That's the only one out of the 12 volumes that I've read that I've been like, oh, that was okay. But Volume 12 makes up for it tremendously. We have a Ferris wheel moment, we have this incredibly supportive group of friends, and we have some really nice conversations between the main character. literally this panel. Oh my goodness. Yes, yes, yes. I kind of wish it was longer. That's like my only gripe with this series. Like these volumes keep getting shorter and shorter, and I hate that. But I do love the content and I will keep coming back for more. So this is definitely a 4.5. Then I read The Awakening of Roku, and this one, I did enjoy it. It was really fun to be able to learn more about Roku's backstory and to see how his friendship with Zozin kind of became what it is when we meet them in Avatar: The Last Airbender. And it's also really nice to see Roku's friendship with Gyatso and also seeing him learn waterbending. Like that's really fun. I do love getting to see these avatars learning all of the elements, because when we first meet Roku in Avatar: The Last Airbender, he's this super powerful, untouchable avatar. But here he's just a kid. He's just a guy trying to figure out what the hell is going on. And I do really like Roku as a character. I also really like Gyatso, and I don't know, I feel like this book was a little bit rushed. I mean, I think you can tell by how short it is. It could totally be 100 more pages just to give us a little bit more of character development in a way. Like if you fleshed out your characters a little bit more, then it wouldn't feel as rushed. I still enjoyed it, but I don't know if I enjoyed it more than The Reckoning of Roku, because that one was just it was so good, okay? It was so good. Like the main conflict and the resolution and the things that went down, it was just a lot more high stakes compared to The Awakening of Roku. So, I mean, this one was still really interesting because, of course, waterbending, and there was like this plot twist that wasn't really a plot twist because I saw it coming a mile away. I don't know if to give this like a 3.5 or a 4. I'm still on the fence about it. Maybe I'll give it a 3.5. Okay, yes. This is a 3. No, I want to give it a 4. Do I want to give it a 4? I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna keep thinking about this one because I'm still on the fence about whether I want to give it a 3.5 or a 4. So I'll get back to you. This is a 4.5 out of 5 star. These were just so brilliantly done. It was executed to perfection. I love that we keep going deeper and deeper into the psychology of these characters and their actions and the consequences of the things that they choose to do. And these games just keep getting more and more creative and intense and violent. And I am so here for it. I cannot wait to read the rest of the volumes, but actually I will have to wait because I'm still on my book buying ban, so I'm gonna have to work overtime to be able to buy the rest of the volumes of Alice in Borderland, but it's definitely a good motivator. And then I read The White Cat and His Shizun, and then I read The Husky and His White Cat Shizun, and this is probably, not gonna lie, the best book that I read for the 24-hour readathon. Looking back, this is the most fun that I had with any of the books that I read for this readathon. Getting into this new series, getting to know these new characters, getting to understand the dynamics between them, and falling in love with the series, honestly. Like, I love our main character, Moran. I love the whole concept of having this villainous leader and him choosing to kill himself just because he doesn't feel good anymore. He's not happy, he feels lonely, he needs company, but there's nobody in the world anymore because he killed all of them. Like, nobody in the world that he can relate to or that can understand him. And then when he kills himself, he gets reborn into himself, but in the past, before he's done any of his atrocious crimes, before he's committed any violent acts. He's now just this 15-year-old kid who's still being taught cultivation, and he has this evil teacher who is a little bit violent. We get such a nice insight into the teacher's way of thinking and how he doesn't actually want to be this off-putting cold teacher. He just doesn't know how to interact with other people. He knows what people think of him. He knows that nobody likes him and that everybody would prefer if he just left and was silent all of the time, causing no problems. But he doesn't know how to break that wall between teacher and disciple, or between person and person. And it was just so nice to see the relationship between our main character and the teacher develop, and how they kind of like hate each other, but then the more that you read, the more that you understand that there's so much more going on under the surface. Like, yes, The Husky and His White Cat Shizun, absolutely. I'm definitely going to be continuing this series because I need to know. I know this has like 11 volumes, I think. This is probably the longest Danmei series that I am now reading. It's going to take me a while to finish this, but it's definitely now a high priority book series. I think I'm going to be giving this a 4.5 out of 5 star. For sure, absolutely. 100%. This is the one that's causing the most conflict in my heart and in my brain, because the thing that confused me is when I opened up Goodreads and I saw that so many people were hating on this book and had so many issues and problems while they were reading this book. And I don't know, because while I was reading those reviews, all of them made sense. And it's kind of like, how did I not see that when I was reading it? So I kind of feel stupid in a way. I feel a little bit dumb, not gonna lie, for having enjoyed this book so much, because when I was reading those reviews, I like agreed. So I do still really like the new character that we're introduced to, the Emperor Kinzang. I'm probably mispronouncing it, but yes, the Emperor. And I still really like the dynamic and the interactions between Kinzang and our main character Setian. I do think that all of the criticism that this book received is still, it raises some interesting points that I unfortunately did not realize while I was reading it myself, but now I'm seeing it in a much more clearer light. I don't know if I should give this book a 3.5 or a 4-star, because my personal experience was I highly enjoyed it. I liked these characters. It reminded me at times of the Poppy War and Attack on Titan, but am I being misguided by my past love of previous media? Or am I just genuinely vibing with this book? Like, if it didn't remind me of anything else, would I still love it as much as I do? You know what I mean? Just like with The Awakening of Roku, I think I'm going to take a couple more days to figure out my rating, my final rating for Heavenly Tyrant, because right now I'm between a 3.5 and a 4-star. Those were all of the ratings for all of the books that I read for this 24-hour readathon. And now, sleep-deprived Bella, take it away. Oh, I feel like Miley when she takes her Hannah Montana wig off. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really do hope that you enjoyed. You know, I know that 24-hour readathons are things that I've done in the past, but hopefully this one is just as entertaining, or maybe even more entertaining, because this is the very first readathon where I've slept for no hours. The biggest stretch of time that I slept for was 10 minutes, and not even, because I was like, Alexa, give me a 10-minute timer, but then I just stayed awake. I don't understand how my brain works. I hate her. Yeah. I'm sorry. I love you guys so much. I have a Patreon. I don't know if you've ever heard of it, but I do have a Patreon where I post exclusive content. I host readathons, reading sprints, and a monthly book club. This month we're reading The River Has Roots, and then in March we're reading Hamnet. Yes, and I would love to have you there with me so that you can enjoy the exclusive reading vlogs that I do for our monthly buddy reads, and also all of the reading sprints that we do. I'm trying to do 2 a week, and they're always just so fun. So okay. Yeah, once again, I really hope that you guys enjoyed. Okay, wait, no, okay. I'm at the finish line. I can do this. I love you guys so much. Once again, I really do hope that you enjoyed. I would love to know what you thought in the comments below. I love talking to you guys, so let me know what you thought of this 24-hour readathon. Has this been one of the craziest readathons that I've ever done? Can I go even crazier? Are there any other reading challenges that you'd love to see me do? Tell me anything and everything in the comments down below, because truly comments are my favorite part of this entire process. I hate video making. Editing is like a love-hate relationship, but comments, that's where it's always my happy place. So if you can, if you wanna, it's down there. And yeah, anyways, I'm gonna go to sleep. I'm so sorry. Like, I need to go to sleep. So good night. Yeah. Whenever you're watching this, good night, goodbye. I love you, and I'll see you very, very soon. Bye.
Hey Jimmy, you nice. Keep going.